I don't think she's going to be the Italian crier today. The Bills have her too happy. Let's get to Stugotz's weekend observation.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Dan, after not playing a game in 2 years and coming back with 22 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds, combined with a big win over the Sacramento Kings. And Dan, just like that, John Wall is back. Speaking of back, we'll be back tomorrow on the LeBatard and Friends Podcast Network. Dan LeBatard Show with Stugotz. Subscribe, rate, and review.
Yes.
Then unsubscribe, resubscribe until we're number 1.
Yes.
Kirby Smart, when you have some time, I'd like to introduce you to a salad. Dan, what happened there?
Come on.
What happened? I don't even know how that got in there. Dan, you know what the K in Kirby stands for? Not kale. You know what the S in smart stands for? Not salad. The S actually stands for stupidity. Speaking of stupidity, you'll be able to find 2 brand new episodes this week as part of the LeBatard and Friends Podcast Network. Download wherever you get your podcast.
Yes.
Of the 4 head coaches in the college football playoff, based on physical appearance alone, the one that looks like I would least want to be friends with is Brian Kelly. Friends. Speaking of them, LeBatard and Friends Podcast Network. New episodes tomorrow. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Listening's optional.
Are you going to do this? Oh, you're going to do this the whole
Perhaps a tradition unlike any other. The Rose Bowl in Arlington, Texas. Speaking of traditions, make it a daily tradition to subscribe, rate, and review to the LeBatard and Friends Podcast Network. Is there a quieter night on the calendar than January 1st? How did Ohio State do? I didn't watch. Calling Luca the Beluga Whale seems kind. Jesus, the off season was like 3 weeks ago.
I don't understand.
Sheesh.
I don't understand how he gained weight that fast, and I'm an expert at gaining weight fast.
You said it, not me. Mark Sanchez works for ESPN.
He does?
Sanchez. Speaking of Mark Sanchez, the Dan LeBatard Show podcast.
I don't.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You're the Sanchez.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, tomorrow we'll be on LeBatard and Friends Podcast Network. You know what the T in Tom Herman stands for, Dan?
Oh, for the love of God.
Not Texas. Speaking of T, the LeBatard and Friends Podcast Network. Subscribe, rate, and review.
Speaking of tea.
Yeah, of course. You didn't see the how I tied that all together there? See?
Can you please stop doing that?
Oh,
You're not going to stop doing
got
that.
one last chance to do this.
I know, but you can get through a few thoughts without doing it.
Yeah, perhaps. Now that we've cleared out all the smoke coming from Vlade Divac's office, we could finally see the Sacramento Kings clearly. And you know what? Not terrible. Vlade Divac reminds me. LeBatard and Friends Podcast
I don't
Network.
understand why that is.
Whatever medicine Ohio State has under that red tent probably isn't suitable for most animals.
It's so wrong. It is so wrong. Like, how do people not complain about what is happening in college football where Justin Fields is sent out there with needles all over him just to get to the finish line?
Justin Fields, I get it. The Peloton hurts, but football doesn't. Give me a break. A sell job by then.
Really?
What do you mean?
You don't think he was hurt?
Diagnosis, anyone? I mean, the doctors didn't even dare give him that. I mean, how about ask the kid if he wants to go back into a game?
He's in pain. He just runs to the sidelines and they start injecting him from all points on the field.
Go ahead, Jags. I dare you to take Fields, number 1. Tua, if you're the Dolphins, what do you do?
No.
Classic catch, 22. The Titans did what the Titans do, Dan. I don't know what that means, but it just feels like the Titans did what the Titans do.
Can you define catch-22? Like, do you know what a catch?
No, but speaking of things you have to do, LeBatard and Friends Podcast Network tomorrow, new episodes. Subscribe, rate, and review. If I'm redrafting this year's rookie class, Justin Herbert goes number 1. Justin Jefferson goes number 2. How about that? Pair of Justins, huh? Couple of Justins, cutting it up. I feel like whenever you put Nate Sudfeld in the game, that you're giving up. They should replace throwing in the towel with throwing in Nate Sudfeld.
I agree.
Put Nate Sudfeld on a stick and wave him around. It's like waving the white flag. Sudfeld. Jesus, you would have thought the Eagles took out Joe Montana yesterday. Jalen Hurts had 7 completions.
No, but you cannot win anything in sports with someone named Nate Sudfeld.
They threw in the Nate Sudfeld. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, whether it's the Jags or the Jets, get used to being down 21 at the half. Not certain the Nets are any good, but hell, they're fun to watch. Speaking of hell, Dan, Art Briles.
Oh, wow.
Dan, those are the weekend observations.
Those are the final weekend observations. Stugotz, you do not seem in any way emotional. You're okay? You're
Give me a
okay. Cameo at midnight. Billy, what's going on?